Hi, how's it going? We're back with another video, done with a session of trading and not so good results, but I am fine with what happened today because I followed my rules. They weren't AA plus setups, but the setups weren't that bad anyways, and what I'm really proud about is I didn't go full leverage on all of the trades that I took because they weren't A plus. I scaled down to either half size or 3/4 size of the trade. So I'm gonna just get into these trades here, and I'll run through the ideas that I had uh, when I first took these trades. Now, the first trade I took for these three accounts here. Let me see if I can find it using this. Okay. Well, regardless of the trades today, I mean, NQ been moving crazy, like huge straight move, and then we're still going up from here. So I have no idea where we're trying to take this, where NQ's trying to take this. These lines look absolutely crazy right now. Um, yeah, I don't usually like my chart this messy, but I mean, these lines are important to me, so I will keep them there. Uh, so let's go over the first trade. First trade right here would have been good to hold. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. So when I was, where is this? Let's go all the way back here. We moved up and we, after the move up from NQ, I expected another continuation. So it was a very easy trade here, in my opinion. Um, it's simply a two confluences, which is why I didn't uh up my leverage, but either way, up my risk. Either way, here, uh, it was only a two confidence. I had point of control plus the weekly imbalance, and this trade got stopped out at break even, so I was fine with that. Didn't really do too much in this one. I wanted to take this trade right here, or that's what I was waiting on next, but uh, I was not at the charts at the time, so I missed it. And then going back, and then we moved back up. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But this entire move here, in my opinion, looked terrible, right? It was like very bad price action, very sloppy, um, no real fast displacement or any kind, besides for this fair value gap here. So in my mind, if you guys look at, I think it was December, maybe November, there was a time when NQ would do this shit, and right off rip we would fly, and then NQ would just go zigzag for all of eternity for the rest of the. I forgot, it was like a month ago or so. So I expected the same sort of price action after I saw this big move. Not expected, but it was a possibility, which is why I took this trade up here, which ended up being a loser. It looked something like this. Just a very simple valid area high trade. Stops at the highs. And I wanted to trade back into this, not even this point of control, not even this fair value yet. Point of control, right? That was my trade entry, and it was a very quick loss. But I mean, it was still fine, right? And then another confluence is, well, there's two mainly. The two were just this point of control of not the previous session, but the previous NQ session, because this range is massive. Well, the previous NQ session, point of control, as well as the high, the valid area high. So these are kind of stacked. So I wanted to see a push lower into this fair value gap for us to push back up. That didn't happen, so I took a loss. You know what? I'm fine with that. That trade, I need those trades are fine for me because in my mind, I can still, after the fact, justify my trades. And it's not like revenge trading or it's not FOMO, it's not anything. I can justify it and it makes sense to me. So those are the type of trades I want. You know, it's just not my day today, so that's fine. We can move on to the other trades that I took on this account. And again, thinking about all the positives, my accounts are still all up, right? Yeah, my accounts are still pretty decently up there. So I'll just slowly grind at it. Eventually, the payout will come. Yeah, so it's not too bad. I do also want to mention that I did take some Asian session trades, I believe, and I was only up, I believe, 100 or so, 120, 150 on these three accounts. But I mean, I used that as potential risk as well. That's one of the things I've been trying to implement more, which is if I do have a winning day, I continue to snowball it because I can read the market better, right? If I'm able to read the market and get good trades in, then I need to capitalize on that, and I want to sort of test what um my emotional reaction is to being in profit on the day and then going back to break even or one loss, right? So, and I think right now it's going pretty well, so I might do that in the future. Definitely two losses on the account, so I could trade again, right, if I wanted to, but definitely after two losses on the accounts, I should be done. I will be done, but I do want to test some winners where if I win a trade, if like for if I'm up 300 or something, I could take another trade in the account so I can get up to 600. But regardless, let's go over another trade down here. Uh, we when I look at this, we're very overextended, right? We are trading up, yes, but to me, we're overextended. We traded into the weekly, into this valid area high, as well as taking these NQ highs. So I wanted us to simply fade the move up. So, and this has good rejection here. So I took a stab at a short position somewhere here. And then obviously I got moved to break even after this displacement. I wanted this fair value gap to hold because fair value gap plus bottom of the weekly imbalance, I wanted to see that hold. My stop was above that, but I did get stopped out break even. Fine. Um, so after this, a little bit of price movement. I could have taken this trade into an order zone, right? But I don't know. I just didn't feel like this was a good trade. There was still one high left. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, there's still a high here on NQ that needs to be taken out. And I was like, okay, since we're not going to go down from here, right? And we're still moving up, right? this is a higher high, lower, higher low, higher high, higher low. So I was like, okay, we're gonna move up. So once price got back down here, I entered in here. It was a pretty small stop. Granted, I could have gotten a little bit bigger, but either way, we did get stopped out. And then price moved down either way. So, I mean, the trade ideas were fine. I wasn't too confident in them because, for the current for the current session profile, we're not trading at a discount for us to go higher. We're still in pretty high premium. And so, yeah, if I see a good move down here, like if we trade below area high and then retest it, I will take the trade to go lower. If not, if I'm looking for longs, I will probably look for them at this area here, both point of controls, uh, and then maybe this area here as an order zone. It's not really backed up by a high volume, but we'll see. The price, I'm not really too impressed with price action here, so I'm not too mad if I stop here. There's always tomorrow, slow and steady. These are just half losses. I can always regain them back. So yeah, those are the trades I took. My head's in a good space right now, and I think if I continue this and more experimenting with the wins, I think it'll be good. So whatever. All right, that's it.